Furitek just blew my mind. You just blew my mind. I love it. I love it. I don't get this hyped about stuff. I needed this. I needed this bad. Stuff like this right here, this is what keeps me going. What is up, guys? Matt here, coming at you with the most exciting video I've done in a while. I have not been this excited about a brushless motor, and I don't even know when, probably since back when this came out, all right? So this thing is a sealed inrunner brushless motor from Furitek. Waterproof, dustproof, dirtproof, all that stuff that we worry about with these. You know, these are great motors, but you do have to worry about stuff getting down in them. And you have to worry about clearance. I mean, sometimes that motor is rubbing stuff. This thing, don't have to worry about that. Look at the size of this thing. It's really not even that much bigger than the Micro Komodo. That's just amazing. I'm so thrilled to have this in my hands. I cannot even get the words out. I mean, I've been trying to shoot this intro to this video for a while now, and I just keep like, I'm just so excited. My mind's everywhere. And, you know, I know people don't like to watch videos where people just sit around and struggle, but when you get excited, sometimes that's just how it is. And, you know, it comes through on the camera and there's nothing I can do about it, but I am thrilled with this. You can see, I mean, we started a long time ago with some of the revolvers and went to this Surpass. I found this thing and ran it forever. And then Furitek came into the game and just changed everything ever since. You know, we've just moved along. We've got the mini Komodos, which I've got in here, and I don't have any of those that aren't installed because I just love those still. And these style motors work great in some applications, but you run into some clearance issues with the diameter of these things sometimes. But this thing, it's something completely new. You know, for so long, we've just got a new version of this or a new version of this. It's like one person comes out with this motor and then a couple others come out with it, or this style, somebody else comes out with it. This is completely new and I'm thrilled with it. So I'm gonna get it installed in this truck, get some running with this thing. This was a favorite back when I built it, and it's just kind of set off to the side, hasn't been used. And a lot of times when something new like this comes out, I'm like, oh, I gotta do a new build, you know? And I can't keep doing that. I've gotta start taking things out, installing new. So I pulled this out of there to install this and see how it runs in here versus this. So this is SCX24 axles, SCX24 transmission. It's just an SCX24 basically built on the hard park chassis. I loved this thing and just kind of got out of running it. But you can see I started switching over the tires. I'm just not feeling these. And so we're gonna go with these 64 millimeter Injoras. They've been destroying my course. I'm gonna get this installed and we'll see how the wheel speed compares. Maybe we'll run it, I don't know. This has FCX axles. Everything I have is like so custom, crazy built, but I'm very excited to try this out just in an SCX24 so you guys will know how it runs. You can see this thing is down to almost a brushed motor size. This is like an aux motor or something like that. I can't remember which one it is, but you can see the size is very comparable. It's actually a little bit shorter, a little bit larger around, but that's really because of these flat faces on this brush motor. But cannot stress enough how excited I am about this thing. And thanks to Furitek for getting this over to me in a rush. And let's just get it in here and run it. Like, I don't even know what to say. This motor is just gorgeous. I mean, I'm not a big red guy, but red and black are two colors that go good together. And I hate to admit that being a Kentucky fan, but they really do. And this thing just looks sick. I am so stoked on this thing. It comes with the motor mount that you need, the screws you need, everything. It does also fit the Micro Komodo mount, as you've seen in my install, but absolutely beautiful. Furitek just knocks it out of the park again. And you can see here, it runs about 25 millimeters in length and then around 18 in diameter. So this thing is packed in a pretty small package for the motor that we're getting here. All right, I want you guys to witness my first power up here because, you know, I just pulled this Micro Komodo out of here with this Lizard Pro, installed this, plugged it in, getting ready to power it up. I always get people that ask me, like, what settings are you running? My mind's boggled sometimes with the issues that people have because I just didn't throw things in and it just goes. And so I wanted to show you this. Let's hope that it's as smooth as I figure it will be. Okay, my throttle's backwards. So, all right, we do have to change something. Okay, got that taken care of. And you can do that in the app as well. If you're not running, you know, a transmitter that you could do that with, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, I guess, but oh my gosh, what? Look at that. Oh, I'm going broke. I'm freaking going broke. I've got to replace every motor that I have. Are you freaking kidding me? There's the biggest smile on my face right now. I'm not even lying, guys. Oh my gosh. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm sorry, but look at this. Good wheel speed. This is all SCX24, remember, so it's not going to be crazy wheel speed like my FCX axle builds, but look at that. Oh my, look at this slow crawl. And an inrunner motor. Furitek just blew my mind. You just blew my mind. I love it. I love it. I don't get this hyped about stuff. I needed this. I needed this bad. I'm telling you, like, guys, I'm pretty burnt out. And I don't want to be like that because I love this hobby. Stuff like this right here, this is what keeps me going. I am renewed at the moment. I mean, unbelievable. Thank you, Furitek. I absolutely needed this in my life. I can't believe this. Look at that. That was my finger. That was me. And this is, I haven't changed any settings or anything on this. I'm trying to get a little more aggressive with it. This ESC probably hasn't been updated in a year. I don't know. I mean, it's been a long time. But let's see how our transition is here. Gaining a little. Look at that. I'm gonna have to get a second job. I need 10 of these, like now. No, I mean, seriously, I need 4. Come on. I mean, 5, I don't know. Maybe I'll get away with 3. I don't know, guys. Like, somebody was asking about this, if I still had it. You know I still got it. I got to fix the hood. I wrecked it. You know, it happens. It's a Yoda, right? But I need that in here. I've got to put one of those in here because I want this thing to be waterproof so I can just take it through the creek and whatever. But this is crazy, guys. So this is without any tuning at all. Maybe I'll go update this app. I'm sure they probably have a setting for this motor and it's gonna run even better, I'd say, but I don't see how. Like, it's perfect as it is. This is, oh my gosh. I'm not even joking. Let's just go run it. Okay, so here we have a stock AX24 on the left, stock motor, stock everything, and then the Furitek Cedar installed into this hard park truck with a stock SCX24 transmission. 3, 2, 1. Both on 2S, a little bit slower than the stock motor. But when we go 3S on this, it's going to be a different story. So I'm going to throw a 3S in here. We'll try it again. Okay, now we're stock AX24 on the left with a 2S and the Furitek Cedar on the right, 3S. Now on the left, we have a stock AX24 with a 3S battery in it. It's not going to run very long like that. Just so you know, if you're going to run 3S on this, stock motor's going to burn up fairly quick, but we are running 3S on this thing now, and 3S with the Furitek Cedar. 3, 2, 1. Next, we're going to have 3S in the Angry Bird with the Mini Komodo. So Mini Komodo 3S versus Cedar 3S. These are both SCX24 axles. Mini Komodo 3S, Cedar 3S. 3, 2, 1. Wow. Didn't really expect that. That's sweet. So I don't think we really need to do 2S. It's obviously faster than the Mini Komodo. So 2S is going to be the same result. All right, I'm going to run this build here with the Micro Komodo in it. This does have SCX24 axles. These are the OGRC plus 5mm. Don't buy these axles. One of the pins is coming out. Well, it's gone from this one. It's still actually turning, but it's going to fall apart. And I contacted OGRC like 2 months ago. And they said, oh yeah, next week we'll have those available. We'll send you a complete replacement axle and a CVD. And I still haven't heard anything else. Tried to message them again, didn't hear anything back. So save your money, don't buy these axles. You can't get replacement CVDs for them, at least that I know of. Maybe I need to go look. I haven't checked again. I was waiting to hear from them. But anyways, Micro Komodo 3S SCX24 axles versus Cedar 3S SCX24 axles. 3, 2, 1. Almost exactly the same as the Micro Komodo. So if you guys are wondering, it's basically the same speed as the Micro Komodo. So I got to start the running off with this line right here because I have tried this with multiple rigs and none of them have been able to stay high enough on this rock, get this side hill, and then hook to the right and go up the hill without backing up. You know, several of them can do it, but they can't make the turn. They have to back up and that sort of thing. So it's a combination of these very sticky tires, this truck just flat out working. The side hill with this truck is insane. Some very high steering angle with these CVDs in here, which I broke too during testing, but they do give you this advantage right here. And you can see this thing, unbelievable. I'm so glad I got this truck back out. You know, that's one of the things about kind of putting them to the side. You forget how much you really love some of these trucks. And then I go back to them and I'm like, this thing is freaking insane. Like, it's pulling some crazy lines. This motor, absolutely the motor I want for everything. Just so smooth. You don't feel any wind up, any start stop of the motor where it goes from, you know, the very slow spin to the FOC kicking in and out and kind of ramping up. You know, there is none of that. It's just so dead up smooth. I am freaking losing my mind right now. So this clip here was right after installing this and before updating the ESC. I did go ahead and update the ESC and calibrate the throttle. And I think you can see it's a little more in-out kind of choppy throttle here. I am getting a lot of traction, a lot of body rub here, which sometimes with the micro motors will like stall them out. And so when I went back, updated this ESC that hadn't been updated for, I know, at least 6 or 8 months. I'm saying probably a year. Did that, calibrated the throttle, and it totally changed this thing. Like, it just went from a good, nice slow crawl here to out of this world, unbelievable. And you know, The outrunner motors that we have been great, and it's kind of hard to explain, but there's none of that in out like choppy feel that you get in the transition sometimes with the outrunners. This thing, it's just smooth all the time. The punch is there when you kick it. It's great. I'm just absolutely blown away with this motor. So you can obviously see this thing slow crawls great, and it still has the wheel speed to do most things. You know, on 2S, I don't even run 2S on SCX24 axles anymore. I hate 2S with those axles. It's just not enough. But when you bump to 3S, you'll see right here, this thing has the kick to get over that and pull that line. That's where I broke 2 front left CVDs. I was trying to film that again for an Instagram post or something, and I didn't get the bounce quite right, and it hit right on that front left at the peak of that rock. Snapped it, came in, swapped it out, went out. Very first try, I tried it again, snapped another one. And, you know, that's a lot of the reason why I don't run the SCX24 axles. Nobody really makes a CVD that holds up to what I do. And I've did that over and over with FCX builds. You know, my Slayer, I've done that 1,000 times and was launching on 4S doing that, and it has the FCX axles. Never yet once broke one of those CVDs. So, you know, people were like, well, I don't know why he likes those axles, they suck. Yeah, because I'll still be running when you're sitting over there wrenching on your truck. That's why. But this motor, it's insane. I'm in love. $49.99. It comes with the steel pinion, 11 tooth, I believe it was. And for $59.99, you get the aluminum mount with it. It does fit the micro Komodo mount. Just maybe make some measurements, make sure it's going to fit in your setup, because it is a little larger. But man, for what it is, it's great. And you know, you don't have that motor turning in there. So for one, clearance issues are a lot better. Like I can't wait to put this in a few different trucks where you know, before, even the micro Komodo that was in this would sometimes hit the bed of this body because I have it so low, so it would rub sometimes just very little, and was very loud with this Lexan body. So this motor, super quiet, and you don't have to worry about the clearance. You know, if it's rubbing the chassis rails or the body or whatever, doesn't matter because it's not rotating on the outside. So it's definitely worth checking out. I'm going to say it's probably my favorite, period. So you guys let me know what you think. I appreciate you guys so much, and thanks to Furitek. Peace.